people, from Sexy Astrology, the Sexy Extra Intuitive Weekly. This week we have today, in fact, the moon is in Aries, conjunct the Uranus in Aries, trining Mars in Sagittarius, and Jupiter in Leo, all at the same time. And the reason why I'm posting today is because I can really feel that energy myself, hitting all of my firehouses at once. And for me personally, there's an urge to clean up and take charge and finish things that really need some completion. As well, being that it's a full moon, emotions might be highly charged for many of us out there. Yes, so the configuration, after thinking about it a little bit more, between Uranus, Mars, and Jupiter and the moon in Aries is also a lot about initiation, starting things, and like a thundercloud, like lightning. I want to highlight a couple of things for you, my viewers. Mars in Sagittarius rules freedom at all costs, and intellectual freedom especially, and also the melding of many cultures. On the pitfall side, we have intellectual arrogance or deep opinionatedness, which is also possibly a problem. Jupiter in Leo points us in the direction of the heart, being that Jupiter rules, Leo rules the heart. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So, and being that Sagittarius is the sign of exploration, it rules exploring matters of the heart and discovering new things around your heart. And it could be romance. It doesn't have to be. It could simply be where you are in the world with regards to your inner yearning, which direction you really want to go to in this life. As well, Jupiter in Leo rules our public image. So we are deeply concerned with our hair and makeup. This is not a laughing matter. Most of you who are Leos know that. This is something to be taken very seriously. Interpersonal boundaries, which are also ruled by Leo. So if there's a good time to hit the therapist's couch right now, would probably actually be that. Many people might say that Scorpio would be the sign of therapy, but honestly, when you're looking at Jupiter and Leo in combination with Mars and Sagittarius, it's like there's a yearning to talk about interpersonal, to talk about and rework the interpersonal relationships. It's also about loving your fellow human, energized by Mars and Sagittarius, which is rules, including everybody. And I love everybody. I actually do have Mars and Sagittarius, so for me, it actually is true. You know, loving your fellow human even more. Now, in combination with the moon in Aries, which is absolutely the most egotistical of all moons, and Uranus in Aries, we're talking about a fiery combination of immediacy, the urge to very much combust upon a situation. And so the moon in Aries, you could talk about sort of an EMT, an emergency medical technician, the feelings of immediacy. I need to take care of this right now, not tomorrow. There is no delay. So it needs to be rather getting straight to the point is what points to this. And this is for all of us in the universe. This has nothing to do with anybody, any one of us. And certainly it would have to do with more with those of us that have aspects to these planets, and this will be affecting you personally. Those of you who don't have aspects to these planets will certainly see the energetic stuff going on, but they may not actually partake. They'll just be watching. And Uranus in Aries, along with the moon in Aries, presents itself, you know, in the healing world as somebody who can completely give their whole selves to the task. So there is a lot of that, like jumping into the fray and really being a part of for many of us. So yes, so and Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and so the importance of Leo in Jupiter in Leo is very much Aries might want to go a certain direction in this trine and pull us in a certain direction, but Mars in Sagittarius is actually keeping us all in line and not misbehaving. And Sagittarius, I have to give them credit. Every Sag I know is like this, and the sign itself is like this. They do not take things personally. So what is very important with this trine is that actually there's a lot of soul growth for humankind at this moment with regards to dealing with very highly charged issues like cultural differences, racism, possibly the rule booklet is going to be rewritten on how humans need to interact. And while Aries and Uranus together with the moon there and Uranus is very highly opinionated, wants to drive in a certain direction, Sagittarius is like, oh, no, wait. We are pulling it this way, and this is proper. This is proper attitude. So Sagittarius wrote the rule booklet. Leo is helping Sagittarius with the interpersonal aspects thereof with the Jupiter. Aries is driving really intensely, and the three of them together are moving us along in the human sphere of getting along and behaving nicely. Because honestly, Uranus is an outer planet, so it very much involves all of humankind. Jupiter is a little bit of an outer planet, but being that it's in Leo, it's interpersonal relationships. So there's a lot of interesting things afoot. It'll be interesting to see what shakes out in the news. Certainly the case of the young man who was shot in Ferguson, Missouri, that whole thing is probably, there's some stuff today that will come to a head around that. Yeah, so Jupiter is all about exploring matters of the heart, and it doesn't necessarily mean hookups, okay? It also means explore what love means. God love, self-love, spirituality, sports, law, and fashion. And certainly those of you who actually have Jupiter in Leo in your chart, or those of you who are Leos or have the moon in Leo, will be having a huge funnel effect right now today of growth opportunity, a huge effect of being able to explore and rework in your own personal life what it means to have this. As well, Jupiter sort of knocking boots with any of your personal planets, the sun, the moon, maybe even Venus, maybe Mars, would also point to the urge for those of you who have those planets in Leo to take more than their fair share. So you have to caution against that. More than your fair share of food, money, clothes, extra job, hogging the spotlight, and definitely more than your fair share of sex. And some of the Jupiter and Leo people I know are romance addicts. They go hopping from one relationship to the next, and they can't stop. So this might actually be an opportunity for them to like kind of look at their behavior, and maybe things are fine that way. Maybe some people are born serial monogamers and they're supposed to do that. But other people, they might just be like, oh my God, that's addiction. So if you have Jupiter in Leo, the Jupiter in Leo return points to the fact that opportunities will arise around this area, depending on the house it falls in. You know, honestly, if you have Jupiter and Leo in the 10th house, probably you're a fabulous designer of some kind, or you're very concerned with your public image. And if you're a lawyer or a politician right now, you'll be having an explosive moment in your life where you're like, aha, eureka, I have found it. I have discovered a new way to operate my business. If Jupiter is in in the fourth house, the house of your home, then you may be having just like you're getting the bathroom redone, you know, or the bedroom, or you're sewing a quilt that is about to be finished. So like that. If it's in your first house, it may be that you have an artistic moment. If it's hitting your moon, it's going to be like your internal emotional life will be like kind of brought out to you some more, and you'll have some revelation today. And hopefully you won't just be smoking a ton of cigarettes on top of it. Yeah, so anyway, when Jupiter is tipping off one of your personal planets, your sun, your moon, or it's in its return place, there's ample opportunity for you to do the work, and you row the boat. However, you have to turn it over and let the universe steer. So I hope you have a good steering committee and have a great day. I did not mean to go on this long, but I thought, you know, public service announcement. It's very important to acknowledge these moments. Have a great day. I forgot to add two things. The pitfalls of Jupiter in Leo. There are so many, but I'm going to focus on two things. Superficiality and not allowing anybody else's experience to penetrate your immediate surroundings. So there is that really complex thing with Leo that they do where they like, I take really good care of myself. I drink a lot of water. I go to the gym. I work out. Leo rules sports too, you know. And those things are good, but there's this challenge, and this opportunity is for you to actually take on other people's opinion and let other people in. The pitfall of Uranus in Aries is really impatience. Like, I don't think they have it in them to really be arrogant in the way that Leo or Sagittarius does, but they suffer with impatience. So there is also the necessity to learn from others with Uranus and Aries, even though you may have some brilliant ideas. All right, that's it. All I got. Have a good day.